November Delta Zero Charlie.
Okay, November Delta Zero Charlie. Good morning. Good 59, over.
Dave, I missed my report. I took a deep fake. Can you please repeat my report? QSL the 5-5, Dave. Thank you very much. You're a 3x2 in Minnesota, QSL.
Okay, QSL.
Thanks for the activation. 7-3. Take care.
Whiskey Zero Mike, November Alpha.
Charlie,
Whiskey Zero Mike, November Alpha.
Okay, Whiskey Zero Mike, November Alpha. Good morning. Good morning,
This is K2SJP Bob Net Control for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Net will be starting on the top of the hour. 10 more minutes.
K2SJP W5ABI.
W5ABI. Good, solid copy, Joe.
Yeah, good morning. I think your audio doesn't sound quite right, Bob. I don't know if you got some RF in it. I'm not sure, over.
It could very well be because I'm having trouble on 40 meters with RF getting in. So maybe getting in a little bit here on 20 also. I bought some of those number 31 chokes. I got to start messing with them and see if I can get that squared away.
Yeah, okay. You're 10 over here. Good signal. Anyhow, W5ABI, standing by for net.
Okay, yeah, you're 10 over also, Joe.
K2SJP, K1BOB. K2SJP, K1BOB is calling you, Bob.
Come back again, it's K2SJP.
K1BOB is calling you, Bob, W5ABI.
Yeah, K1BOB, I didn't hear you in there, Bob. Give me another repeat.
Yeah, K2SJP, K1BOB, I hope you hear me. I'm picking up some POTUS stations. I'm hearing the stations going into, I think it was a Minnesota station, but I can't hear the Minnesota station.
I don't know what happened, Bob, but you went way down on me. Looks like the band is shifting. Give me a repeat one more time.
Yeah, Bob, K1BOB, I'm picking up some POTUS stations replying back to an operator in, I believe it's Wisconsin. I cannot hear the operator. Those are the people responding, and they're saying the frequencies in use. Park to park.
Okay, on the POTUS, K2SJP got 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Good solid copy into Tampa Bay, Frank.
Yourself. WW5ENZ, W5ABI. How copy, Mike?
Oh, Joe, you're only 15 over. This is WW5ENZ.
Okay, thanks for the report. I got my hex beam pointed due east. Over.
Roger, Roger. I've got mine pointed about northwest, so it could be better than that if I turned it a little bit south maybe, but it's sounding great. WW5ENZ.
Thanks for the report, Mike. W5ABI, stand by for next.
W5ABI, N5B, 10 over, Joe.
You're about 10 over here, Lee. The N5BE, W5ABI.
Hey, just a calibration point. We had winds approaching 80 miles an hour this morning. Hex beam didn't even quiver.
Yeah, we had them at 60 mile an hour all day yesterday through half the night, and the hex beam still standing.
K2SJP, W7AJN.
W7AJN is K2SJP.
Yeah, good morning, W7AJN. I need to be a truck driver this morning. If somebody could put me up towards the top of the list. I've got a 9:50 appointment, so that's 50 minutes after the next start. So W7AJN.
W7AJN. Okay, we'll get you down as a short timer, John. K2SJP.
Thank you, Bob.
Good morning and welcome to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. This is K2SJP, alternate net control for John, WA6LJS, who could not be here today. We meet in this frequency at 1500 Zulu every day of the week, every day of the year. We change week to year. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews, and anyone involved with military aviation. We gladly welcome visitors to our net. You do not have to be involved with the military or aviation to check in. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between radio amateurs who devoted a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. To contact net control, use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info. Our website is Air Forces, plural, Flyers, plural, club.org. That's Air Forces Flyers Club.org. There's a lot of info about our net and also an online application if you feel qualified to join. My call is K2SJP. My name is Bob. My QTH is Tampa Bay, Florida. We take check-ins, then go down the list, allowing each station to give their reports. We also usually have a question or two of the day in regards to aviation history. We then go back for a 73 round. Please keep your transmissions below 2 minutes, as we are followed by another net at half past the hour, 2 kilohertz up. This is K2SJP, alternate net control. I have the following stations from NetLogger. Break. We have John, who's a short timer, W7AJN. We have Jack, KM4CAX. We have John, KJ4GDX. We have Leon, N5BE, and Leon, thank you for doing the NetLogger today. We have Mike, WW5ENZ. We have Gary, W4CUV, who I might not be able to hear. He's in Port Charlotte, and I may need someone to bring him in. We have Lee, W4PUO, with a booming signal. We have Carl, KF7TJO. We have Dale, W5OG. We have our commander, Bob, K1BOB. We have Brian, WB5DRI. We have Joe, W5ABI. We have Bill, W2WLD. We have Frank, N4GYY. And we have Russ, K8AF. And receive only, we have Charlie, K4YDB, and also Bob, NX6RG. Break. Are there any additional check-ins to the Air Forces Flyers Club, or are there any other short-timers? This is K2SJP. Nothing heard. Dale, would you give a call out? W5OG, K2SJP.
Yeah, will do, Bob. And also, John, K0ZNC is there, and I'll bring him in off of Echo Link for you, W5OG. This is W5OG Relay for Net Control. We're taking additional check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Members or visitors, call now. Is that you, Ken? K7LKY, again, not too strong. Over. Okay, good morning. That's the Kilo Echo 7, Lima, Kilo Yankee, Lucky Ken in Green Valley, Arizona there. That's not right. Is it Green Valley? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway. Good morning to you, Ken. Any others that would like to check in, call now, W5OG. Just Lucky Ken there. Back to you, Bob, W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dale. Was that Kilo Echo 7, Lima, Sierra, Yankee, is that correct?
Negative. It's Lima, Kilo, Yankee, Lucky Ken. Kilo Echo 7, Lima, Kilo, Yankee. Ken, over.
Okay, fine business. Thank you, Dale. And On our East Coast, let's get Bill, W2WLD. Would you make the call out, Bill, please? This is K2SJP.
Yeah, Wilco, Bob. This is W2WLD, upstate New York, relaying for net control for the Air Forces Flyers Bob Net. We're taking check-ins, members, or guests. Please call now.
November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo.
November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. Good morning. What is your name, sir?
Name is George. The name is George, like George of the Jungle, and I'm 40 miles north of Tampa. This is a temporary station in Port Richey, Florida.
A temporary station in Port Richey, Florida. Good morning, George. Are you going to stay with us on the net, or did you just want a signal report? Over.
I would like a signal report. I just put the antenna up. I have to tie it up once I do this.
Okay, well, you're an S6 into upstate New York near the capital, Albany. My call is Whiskey 2, Whiskey Lima Delta, and my name is Bill, Bravo India Lima Lima. Over.
Okay, Bill. Okay, it's good to hear your voice out there. You're sounding great, and you are a 5.5 over here. You are a 5.5. I'm using a DX10 with an off-center fed dipole about 25 feet up in the air, and you're doing all the heavy lifting. You sound great there, and I'm at 100 watts.
Very good, George. 100 watts. You're coming through quite well. Thank you for checking in. Bob, I don't think George is going to stay with us in Port Richey at a temporary site. K2SJP, W2WLD.
W2WLD, this is K2SJP. Bill, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I believe there's a November 2. Dale, did you copy that November 2? That's checking in, K2SJP.
Yes, I did, but I just copied his call sign down, and I'm off of NetLog. Just 1 second. Let me see if Lee got him. It's a November 2, and the November 2, I'm hearing you well. W5OG, give me your call sign again, please. Over.
Yes, this is November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. W5RG, you sound great.
Yeah, George, November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. We copied that 100%. You're about 5 and 8 with me here in East Texas. So we've got you, and we'll get you on the Air Forces Flyers Club net list. So you going to stick around for the net today, George?
Well, I'm gonna stick around, but I gotta go outside and tie the antenna up. I actually just shot it over a tree, and both sides of the antenna are leaning on the ground, so I've got to lift them off the ground. But I'll be here. I'm gonna leave the radio right here. I'll be working on that, and I'll get right back into the radio. So I'll be in and out.
All right, George, we've got you on the list, so he'll give you a call in turn. That's November 2, Oscar Whiskey Echo. Did you get that okay, Bob? W5OG.
Roger, thank you, Dale. November 2, Oscar Willie Echo. George, we could just about copy you. I'm glad Dale was able to copy you. Okay, is there any other check-ins before I give the questions of the day? This is K2SJP. The Whiskey Alpha 4, come back again.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Whiskey Mike Foxtrot, number 651.
Oh, okay, gotcha. WA4, Victor Mike Foxtrot. This is K2SJP. We got you in there. You're a little on the light side, but we're copying you. What's the name, please?
The name is Wyatt. The name is Wyatt, like Wyatt Earp. Member number 551. Member number 651.
Okay, Wyatt. Thank you for that. Okay, let's go to the questions of the day. and then we can start the net off. Now, this is in regards to the KC-135 Stratotanker. Now, the KC-135 has 50 valves and 15 pumps to guide the fuel to pass tons of fuel in minutes. A single flight will take a 40-mile-per-gallon car a distance of, and I want to know the distance, Alpha, 43,210 miles, Bravo, 400,776 miles, Charlie, 20,084 miles, Delta, 1,248,000 miles, Echo, 2,711,000 miles. Again, I'm going to repeat. Stand by. Okay, I'm going to give a repeat on it. The KC-135 Stratotanker has 50 valves and 15 pumps to guide the fuel to pass tons of fuel in minutes. A single flight will take a 40-mile-per-gallon car a distance of Alpha, 43,210 miles, Bravo, 400,776 miles, Charlie, 20,084 miles, Delta, 1,248,000 miles, Echo, 2,711,000 miles. That's the first question. And the bonus question is, how many feet is the inner boom of the KC-135? How many feet is the inner boom of the KC-135? Alpha, 40 to 53 feet. Bravo, 65 to 72 feet. Charlie, 28 to 48 feet. Delta, 81 to 87 feet. I'll repeat. How many feet is the inner boom of the KC-135? Alpha is 40 to 53 feet. Bravo is 65 to 72 feet. Charlie is 28 to 48 feet. And Delta is 81 to 87 feet. And those are the questions of the day. So let's get to the top of the list. W5OG, would you bring in Don, K0ZNC, K2SJP, standing by.
Okay, will do, Don, Bob. Don, K0ZNC, go ahead, I'll bring you in, W5OG.
Good morning to all the flyers. I'm just going to be in and out today, so we'll make this one done today. Gosh, it's like it's got 42 degrees outside. The high today is going to be 47, I think the weatherman said. And we're supposed to get snow later on. Not much here. Supposed to have a high winds out in eastern Colorado. The news said they were up to a little town called Burlington out there in eastern Colorado. They were already gusting to 60 miles an hour. And if we get a little snow with that, that's going to be a real good blizzard situation. Anyway, to the questions, I have absolutely no idea. I don't even know if they're matched questions or not matched there. I'm going to tell them because that's usually the way we do it. Put me down for Charlie Charlie. Put me down for Charlie Charlie. And let's say 73 to everyone. And let's see, we'll do it again manana. So back to you, Bob. Thanks for putting me out on 18. And Dale, thanks for putting me
W5OG, back to net.
Okay, thank you for that, Dale, and good morning to you, Don. We have you for Charlie, and we'll see what happens with that. Over to Jack, KM4CAX. You're up, Jack, K2SJP. Is Jack talking?
He's talking. Now, what were your answers, Jack? He said Bravo and Charlie there, Bob, and turned it back, and he said 7-3. Thank you, Jack, and 7-3. You have a good day. W5OG, back to net.
Okay, thank you, Dale. I could not copy Jack at all today. Thank you for relaying that. Over to John, W7AJN, another short timer. You're up, John, K2SJP. Bye.
K2SJP, W7AJN. Thanks for getting me in, Bob. And, let's see, it's 53 degrees, going up to 70 here in Phoenix area. So on your question, I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie for my answers. Pretty much wild guesses, but I'll go with Bravo Charlie. And I got to go get shot in the eye for my macular degeneration. So that's why I got to get out of here pretty quick. So thanks for getting me in, Bob, and everybody making a sure it does, Devil.
W7AJN, K2SJP. That's it for Bravo, Charlie, and have a good day there, John. Another John, short timer, KJ4, Golf Delta X-Ray. You're up, John, K2SJP. Bye. Is he talking?
KJ4 Golf Delta X-Ray, you're up. The W5OG relay for net control. I don't hear him here, Bob.
Okay, we'll come back to him later on. Uncle Clifford, W5PIX Mobile. You're up, Clifford, K2SJP.
Good morning, Bob. And, I'll tell you what, interesting question. I hope you hear me. Your audio is just a little bit on the hot side, so that's all right. We're listening to you on both radio and NCLC out of Utah.
I can hear you, Cliff. Go ahead. W5OG relay.
Are you guys still in here?
Yes. He said Delta Delta and turned it back, Bob. K2SJP W5OG relay.
Okay, we got you working today, Dale. I have very little copy on you, Uncle Clifford. You're just about in the noise. Very hard to understand you. Thanks for the relay, Dale. Okay, let's continue on over to Leon, N5BE. And again, Leon, thank you for running that logger. You're up, Leon. K2SJP, bye.
Yeah, K2SJP N5B. Good morning, Bob, and good morning, everybody on the net today. Yeah, I'm back in the saddle here with NetLogger and enjoying it. It's a little busy day on NetLogger. So anyway, I normally don't do weather reports, but holy cow, did we get slammed this morning between 3 and 5 a.m. My wife came and woke me up. She says, the sirens are going off. I said, what? So anyway, we had 75 to 80 mile an hour winds. It's recorded at DFW. When it got gone, my front lawn was littered with enormous limbs that had died years ago, but decided to thud their way onto the lawn. They missed every antenna, my wire antennas. I don't know how they missed them. My Starlink antenna was on the ground. I put that back up. X-Beam obviously is working, so that was pretty sporty. And we get some steady winds coming this afternoon, 35 to 45 miles an hour steady state. So, oh boy, it's going to be a great day. So anyway, that's today's weather report. I don't know about this question, Bob. I'm going to go alpha because I don't know. I just don't know. But I tried doing the math. You know, it's 6.5 gallons, per pound, and started trying to back that out. And then I got busy on NetLogger. I says, oh, what the heck? So I'm going to go alpha and see how that comes out, Bob. So back to you. K2SJP N5B.
Okay, N5BE, Leon, K2SJP. Alpha, we got you down for. You guys got to get your slide rules out. Figuring that first question out. And watch your antenna up there, Leon. I heard you said mile an hour wind yesterday. My goodness, that antenna really stayed good. That's fantastic. But be careful. Okay, over to Mike, WW5ENZ, who's also coming in beautifully before. Let's see if you still do. It looks like the band is changing for the worse. So far, everybody's weaker than they were. WW5ENZ to get it, K2SJP.
Okay, K2SJP, WW5ENZ. Yeah, it's interesting. We've all, at least so far, these weather was not too different than our weather here. Last night, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, between 2:30 and 3, we had like, I think it was 60 mile an hour winds, or I don't know for sure, but at least 40. So it was really wild, and even up in Ada, I think they had either really strong straight line winds or a tornado, because it took the roof off the school and some other things. So we got our share of strong winds, and then we had an inch of rain on top of that, just coming right in after it. It was all one front, and so we had the big winds, in the front, and then all of a sudden, inch of rain. So lots of activity. I'm glad I went to the range yesterday. Yeah. Because the range would be so muddy today, I'd be up to my knees. But went to the range, missed the net. Sorry about that, guys. But I had to go out and do some shooting. I had a couple of M&Ts that I put red dots on, and I needed to sight them in. And, boy, you know, they were very close, even just the factory. I slid the red dots in, and they were pretty close, but I just zeroed them out and shot about, I don't know, 50 to 100 rounds between those two. And I also took Colt Python. I don't know if you guys have looked at that one, the new Python. Well, it's called new. It was, I guess, the 20 model. And boy, that shot really well too. Put about a quarter at 50 yards pattern. So it was pretty neat. As far as this question goes, it's insane. My boom operator friend is not here on the net today, so I can't ask him. But I think there's a lot of unanswered, there's a lot of ifs and stuff, like how long was that 135 flight? I maybe missed that. And I think I missed most of the second question because I was getting some interference here and some tuner-uppers and some other things like that. But I think I was going to say about 20,000 miles for a car. Of course, you don't know how much the miles per gallon of the car. But I'm going to, in the old days, when I used to be in SAC, we would say that a 135 flight, it could power a private automobile for a year. So I'm going to guess somewhere around 20,000 miles, and that's probably high. But so I'm going to go Charlie, and I really didn't hear the second question. So I guess I'll just go Charlie that way too. So Charlie, because I don't want you to have to read the second question and drag the net out too long. Looks like there's a few people piling up there. So anyway, other than that, everybody take care. I saw the Mardi Gras is going to be affected too by the weather. Looks like they're going to cut out most of the floats. So my daughters are down there. I guess they're going to have a kind of a crappy Mardi Gras. Well, the problem is, I guess you never have a bad Mardi Gras. There's always plenty of daiquiris down there to keep you going. Anyway, I'm going to turn this back to you, K2SJP. Thanks, Bob, for doing this for filling in, and it sounded pretty good. WW5ENZ, back to you.
Okay, Mike. Funny business all the way. And you're still booming in here. Good, solid copy. We got you, Charlie. And we'll see what happens with that. Now, I have a Gary W4CUV that I am not familiar with. Gary, are you in there? This is K2SJP.
K2SJP and the group, good morning.
Is anyone here, W4CUV?
He's talking.
And hearing most of you, but the conditions are kind of strange this morning. Sometimes somebody starts talking in your S9, and they fade down to about an S2 or S3, and then they come back up again. So strange conditions, but I guess been there, done that before. So we'll talk about the weather a little bit. All you northerners that are talking about snow. I used to talk about snow when I was up in Wisconsin, but for 23 years now I've been down here in Port Charlotte, Florida, and have never seen a flake of snow. There was one day when our bird bath had a little bit of layer of ice on it, but that's it. So today the temperature is forecast to go up to 81 degrees, so it'll be a nice day. No rain forecast, so 81 degrees. As far as the question of the day, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to have to go along with Mike when he said Charlie. It sounds, that's probably what I would answer. So put me down for Charlie. And I hope the rest of the net gets a wonderful day, and I'll be sticking around for the 73 round. So back to the net, K2SJP in the net, Whiskey 4, Charlie Uniform Victor in Port Charlotte, Florida.
He said Charlie. Bob turned it back. And good morning to you there, Gary. W5OG, back to net.
Okay, Dale. Thank you for that. He's too close to me, and I do not hear him at all. I guess he's hearing me, but I'm not hearing you at all, Gary. Sorry about that, but I'm glad Dale was able to copy and relay you in. And we got you for Charlie. Let's go to one of the strongest signals in the club, W4PUO. Lee, you're up, K2SJP.
K2SJP, W4PUO. Thanks, Bob. Well, I calculated that at 40 miles, you would probably get about 14,000 miles per ton. And I was thinking, if you had like 20 tons on there, then I'm going to go for Bravo, and then Charlie on the other one. That's as close as I can figure it. But good net today, Bob. It's a challenge when you don't have very good conditions, and also you've got a bunch of new people checking in. So good job. W4PU, I'm going to be one and done, Bob, so sign me out, please. K2SJP, W4PUO.
W4PUO, K2SJP. Okay, Lee, we got you for Bravo and Charlie, and we'll get you down here for one and done. Have yourself a good day. Break with you, Lee. Let's go over to Carl. KF7GJO. You're up, Carl. K2SJP.
Good morning, everybody. KF7GJO here. We cooled down a little bit for the next few days. We're looking at the precipitation. The freezing level is going to drop down below our elevation height, but they're only forecasting light stuff in the foothills and parts of the mountains. Question for you. Your picture that's on the live stream this morning, when I send this back to you, let me know where you are in that picture, because by God, that looks like the Mongo Salt Flat. I was there in 2019. I stayed for a fellow driving a 911 Porsche. He was looking to set a new world record for his flat at over 200 miles per hour. Kind of interesting, an 850 horsepower Porsche 911. It was just under 3-liter displacement, twin turbo, and interesting how you would set a car up for Bonneville. It's the polar opposite of the way you would set it up for road racing. This thing weighed nearly 4,000 pounds with all the lead that was put in the thing, but that was to hold it on the ground at 200 miles an hour on the salt. Very interesting weekend. I've never been there before, and while I'm not really that excited with that type of racing, it was something that a guy has to experience at least once in his life. So let me know where you are in that picture. As for the question, I've got to second what was said before, that without the benefit of having the question posted on the live stream, boy, you can study it, and if you're a mind to do it, cheat a little bit. I kind of got lost in the numbers there, but from what I could figure out, I'm going to copy off Leon's paper and go alpha on this. That's about 99%, I guess, 1% cheating. So we'll see how we did. Good luck under trying conditions this morning. And I'll be with you to the end. K2SJP, K7GJO.
KF7GJO. This is K2SJP. Carl, you went way down in the mud. Could not copy much of anything you said there. Sorry about that. Maybe it'll be better on the 73 round. Let's see. I see your answer in there as Alpha. Got you down for Alpha, Carl. And we'll see if there's any improvement on the 73 round. Propagation's really falling apart. Dale, thank you for all your help. We'll get you working today. W5OG, K2SJP.
No worries, Bob. I'm glad to help where I can. I'll be here. Well, we have to leave. I may not be here for the 73 round, depending on how long it goes. You got a lot of folks in here this morning. Anyway, interesting question. I'm going to go right to. Yeah, I had the big wins also. That of course that Lee was talking about. My neighbor just to the west. And I was a little bit worried. I woke up a couple times through the early morning hours when it was, oh man, the wind was blowing like crazy out there. Now, I had not lowered my antenna any. And now I guess it's too late, so I'm probably not going to bother. But although they're predicting more winds this afternoon as the wind shifts around to the north, and we will have cooler temperatures. Well, enough of that. Let's get to the question. I think if I heard you correctly, your question had to do with the number of miles at 40 miles per gallon a car could go with a single flight of fuel. Now, is that a full load, or assuming they only used about 80, maybe, they had a fuel 20% left over, something like that? If you figure the full fuel load, that's 220,000 pounds or so, something like that. That's about 31,000 gallons at 4 miles per gallon. That would be about 1.25 million, according to my calculations. So I'm going to go with Delta. Now that would be a full fuel load. So obviously not. You don't use all your fuel. On every flight. You didn't say how long the flight was, so I was a bit concerned about which numbers to use. Anyway, put me down for Delta Charlie. My initials. I'm going to go with that there, Bob. And thanks for doing the net for John this morning. Back to you. K2SJP, W5OG. Back to net.
W5OG, K2SJP. Yeah, that's assuming a full load of fuel at 235K, and that it's all used on a single flight. We got you for Delta and Charlie. Okay, Dale. And thank you again for helping out. Over to our commander, K1BOB. You're up, K2SJP.
K2SJP, K1BOB. Well, good morning again, Bob. Thank you very much for running the net here today. And I want to thank Leon in 5BE many times for doing my net on Monday. I wasn't able to really listen to it, but I did get a lot of emails saying my question was too hard on Monday. Well, it wasn't my question. Hi. Anyway, thanks a lot, Lee. I sure appreciate that. Had a good time down in Salt Lake City visiting the kids. Oh boy, they are still something else. I don't know how my daughter does it. But she does. We had a good time with them there. They're crazy smart. They're both in the top of their class. You wouldn't know it by the way they act at home, though. They are very intelligent. Let's get it from my daughter. Anyway, let's see. Dale, I have you covered for Thursday. No problemos. I'm working on a question right now. In fact, this question of Bob's brought up a question I'm going to talk about in a similar vein, calculating things. So I did the long math on it. I think I got it right. I figured 200,000 usable offload. I've spent a lot of time behind the KC-135. And I'd say that's a 28 to 48 foot boom in the back. And I never had to pull one down all the way. The boomer would have called a breakaway before that happened anyway, but I don't remember that happening. Maybe it did with a new student. Let's see. So put me down for Delta and put me down for Charlie. Good question, Bob. I enjoyed that. I had to get my abacus out. I don't have a calculator here. Hi. K1BOB back to K2SJP.
Okay, Bob, K1BOB, K2SJP. We got you down for Delta and Charlie. Fine business all the way. Your signal went way down also, but still copyable, pretty good on the SCR. Locally, you're there, but hard to make out what you're saying. So the band is really getting bad. Okay, break with you, Bob. Over to Brian, WB5ZRI. You're up, Brian, K2SJP.
Okay, Bob, K2SJP, WB5DRI. Well, good morning, Bob, and thanks for doing the net this morning, and good morning to all the flyers and to the net. Another nice day down here in San Antonio. It's sunshiny, and we were a little bit windy overnight, but seems to kind of have calmed down a little bit now. We're about 68 degrees right now. I think our low is in the low 60s, and we're going up to 78 for the high today. So another beautiful, almost spring day here in San Antonio. But good to be here. Good to hear everybody, and having to rely on the SDRs for a lot of stations today. But propagation is just not quite as good as it has been. But anyway, great questions there, Bob. I really have no idea, but from the answers given so far, just an educated, well, I don't know if it's educated, just a guess on my part. I'm going to go with my initials, Bravo and Charlie, and see how that comes out. I think the second question I may be closer on than the first, but not sure. But we'll see. I got to get out of here, so I'm going to be one and done this morning, Bob. I got to go take one of my grandsons to school this morning to help out my youngest son. So I'll say 73s, and thanks again for getting us in there, Bob. K2SJP, WB5DRI, back to net. Good day, everybody.
WB5DRI, K2SJP. Okay, Brian. Have yourself a good day. Safe driving over there. We got you for Bravo and Charlie. Maybe we'll catch you on the 5 o'clock Echo Link. Over to Joe, W5ABI. Joe, you're up. K2SJP.
K2SJP and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Bob. Good morning to the rest of the Flyers. Sunny day here, full blue sky, no rain. We're fortunate. We got a high wind warning this morning. I don't see any winds yet. We had 60-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday all day and through the night. First thing I did when I got up was look out the window and see if my antennas were up. I didn't hear any strange noises during the night. So they were both doing okay. So I'm waiting for the winds today. Anyhow, boy, what a question. I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie. And your signal's still holding up. You're still about S9 here in Las Cruces. So back to you, Bob. K2SJP, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, W5ABI. K2SJP got you for Bravo and Charlie, and you're still coming in quite well. Break with you, it's over to Bill, W2WLD, and Dale, if you can bring Bill in for me, because I am not copying Bill. W2WLD to get it, K2SJP.
Yeah, K2SJP.
He's talking.
WLD. Well, I was hoping you'd copy me on something, Bob, but I'm pulling you in off the side of my beam at about an S8. Propagation is not too bad today. Thank you, Bob, for taking the net and filling in. And if I may say, you're doing a great job. As far as the question, boy, I had to take my shoes off to do the math on this one, but I figured 200,000 pounds of fuel and about 6 pounds per gallon, so I came up with about 33,000 gallons of petrol and 40 miles per gallon. I came out with Delta, so the 1,240,000. So Delta and then Charlie seems to be the lemming answer on the second question. So I'm going to use Dale's initials, Delta Charlie, and I've got to be one and done, but I will try to stick around to listen for the answer. K2SJP W2WLD.
He said Delta Charlie. He likes my initials also there, Bob. Back to Net, W5OG relay.
Okay, I actually copied him on the SCR. You're coming in pretty good on the SCR, Bill. So, yeah, we got you for Delta and Charlie. Fine business all the way on that. Glad you're sticking around for the answer. Coming up shortly. Over to Frank, N4GYY. You're up, Frank. Let's go to K2SJP.
K2SJP on the Flyers Club, N4GYY. Good morning to all the Flyers out there. And it is a crazy day here in Louisville. Right now we're 67 degrees. We have wind out of the south at 13, gusting to 29. So you guys down there in Oklahoma and Texas and the same area, you're sitting in that windy stuff after me, and you can keep it as far as that's concerned. I don't want any of the initial wind, but they say we could get gusty 60 miles an hour later on tonight when the sun is rolling in. So yeah, we're supposed to get storms, and then it's going to turn cold, and they're talking about snow tomorrow. So we're going to be almost 70 degrees today, and then we're going to turn around and get snow tomorrow. It's a crazy yo-yo. It's that time of year in the Ohio Valley. As far as questions go, I'm going to have to follow along with Bill and Bob and go with the Delta Charlie as well. I think that mathematically, I think that works out. So with that, Bob, you're doing a fine job. Yeah, the conditions aren't always great, but I'm able to hear just about everybody on the without having to be SDR. So with that, I'll turn it back to you. K2SJP and the Flyers Club, N4GYY.
N4GYY, this is K2SJP. And, Frank, you actually came up on me. You're stronger now than before. And we got you for Delta and Charlie. And we'll see what happens with the answers coming up shortly. Over to K8AF. Russ, you're up. Let's go to K2SJP.
K2SJP, K8AF. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for running the net. Good question again. You guys always have the best questions. I'm going to go with Charlie. I'm thinking the boom is about 20 to 40 feet, somewhere in there. At least that's what I remember hooking up to it. So I'll go with that, and I have absolutely no idea, but I think, I forget who was saying, they were talking about run car for about a year, and I'm thinking that's like 20,000 miles, so I'll go with that. But, yeah, I got to go. I got another call coming up, a Zoom call, but I got to go first. I'll say 73 to everybody. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. So, back to you, K2SJP, K8AF.
Okay, business, and we have you for Delta and Charlie. And, good Dale. I'm sorry, we have you for Charlie and Charlie. Russ. Break with you. Let's go over to KM6 Zulu X-Ray. And that would be Brian. Not familiar with you, Brian. I hope you're copying. KM6 Zulu X-Ray. You're up. This is K2SJP. Is Brian talking?
Yeah, he's talking. Brian, do you have an answer to the question? You have an answer there, Brian, the W5OG relay? Okay, he's checking in and out there, Bob, but he doesn't have a question because he missed the question. So anyway, mighty fine, Brian. 7-3 to you. Back to net, W5OG.
Okay. We'll pass on that. I have no copy on your KM6 as the propagation is not very good. Let's try 10 KE7LKY. You're up, Ken, K2SJP. Is Ken talking?
He's talking. Was that Bravo? Bravo was your answer, Ken? Oh, okay. Charlie Delta for his answers there, Bob, and he turned it back. W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dale. And let's see, W7ASH. Bob, you're up. This is K2SJP. How about Bob? Is he talking?
Yes, he's talking. He's very light, though. The frequency isn't used, the net in progress. I don't hear him anymore. Are you hearing him, Lee?
No, I didn't hear him at all. He said he was having a very poor propagation, and he gave his answers online as Delta Charlie.
Okay, I guess he gave an answer, and I didn't hear it. Yeah, I could not hear it. Anyway, he said Delta Charlie, Bob, and turned it back. He's not hearing anybody too well. W5OG.
Okay, W5OG. Thank you, Dale. And Bob, we were not copying you, but we got you for Delta and Charlie. Break with you over to George, N2OWE. You're up, George. This is K2SJP. Is George in there?
Into Oscar Whiskey Echo. Are you there, George? W5OG relay. I don't hear him. He may still be working on his antenna, Bob. Don't worry about it. W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dale. WA4VMF. Wyatt. Over to you, Wyatt. Is K2SJP. Okay, Wyatt, my business, you're coming in very well over here into Tampa Bay, Florida. We got you for Delta and Charlie. And over to Steve, K2SJP. How's it going, Steve? You're up. This K2SJP. Not hearing Steve. Is he talking?
K2SJP. Steve, are you there? You're up for the net. W5OG relay.
Relay, I think he's receive only. That's what it shows on the net logger. W5ABI.
I don't hear him, Bob, so Joe must be right. He's receive only, I guess. W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Last on the list is Bill, W4BDK. Bill, you're up. This K2SJP. Is he talking?
W4 Bravo Delta Kilo. Bill, if you're there, you're up. W5OG relay. Nothing here, Bob.
Okay. That was the end of the list. We will recognize Bob, NX6RG, Charlie, K4YDB, N9AJN, Norman, K2SJP. Okay, you receive only. Steve, that's why we didn't hear you. Sorry about that. We didn't see that. And then K6PX. Steve also. All receive onlys. So we'll say good afternoon to you guys. And sorry, Steve, K2SJP, for calling you when we didn't have to. So that's the end of the list. And the answers to the questions. Let me take a break. Okay, we have several of you guys that got the answer correct, and you did your mathematics correctly. So, the question was the KC-135 Stratotanker, which holds 235,000. It's got 50 valves, 15 pumps to guide the fuel to pass, tons of fuel in minutes. A single flight will take a 40-mile-per-gallon car a distance of, the answer is Delta, 1,248,000 miles. Imagine having all that gasoline for your car and never having to go to the gas station again. You can have a fleet of cars and never have to go to the gas station again. So again, the answer is Delta. On the second question, how many feet is the inner boom of a KC-135? Well, the answer is Charlie, 28 to 48 feet. So the guys that did real well were initially Dale got the right answer. He was the first one to get the right answer, W5OG. You did your mathematics correctly, Dale. And Bob, K1BOB, our commander, you also did your math correctly. And let's see who else here. Frank, N4GYY is correct. Bob, W7ASH is correct. So there are four of you with the correct answer, initiated by Dale, W5OG. So that's the story. Let's go down to the 73 round now. And I'm not sure if Don is still in there, Dale. You might try calling Don one more time. K0ZNC. W5OG is K2SJP.
Yeah, he is not there. He was one and done, Bob, and I've got to leave also. So I'm going to pass along 7-3. I hope you can hear the rest of these stations, or maybe Bob K1BOB can maybe even use my radio if he wants to. But I got to go. We got to go take Carolyn for her doctor appointment. 7-3, everybody. Thanks, Bob. Good job on the net. W5OG, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Dale. Thanks for all your help, and have a good afternoon. Maybe we'll catch you on the 5 o'clock Echo link. Okay, on the 73 round, we never did get John, KJ4GDX. John, are you there? This is K2SJP. Okay, John's not there. Over to Uncle Clifford, W5PIX, Mobile, K2SJP. You're up, Uncle Cliff. Is anybody hearing Clifford?
He turned it, Bob.
Okay, over to Leon, N5BE, 73 Leon, K2SJP.
Yeah, K2SJP N5BE. Well, I think I've proved to myself that I can't do math and NetLogger at the same time, Bob. I tried, but I failed. One other thing about the weather that came in this morning, my buddy out in Mineral Wells west of me, he's a VP for an avionics company, and when they got to the hangar today, hangars, they found two big hangar doors have been lifted up off the rails and flung into the inside of the hangar. Luckily, they missed all those expensive test aircraft, but that got their attention, so they're trying to get the doors back on. They may need a crane. K2SJP, N5B, 73, Bob. Nicely done today.
K2SJP. Okay, Leon, thank you for condensing the NetLogger. You made it a lot easier here to do the 73 now. Let's turn it over to Mike, WW5ENZ, 73, Mike, K2SJP.
Okay, K2SJP, WW5ENZ. Yeah, this is an interesting question. I didn't know it was you counting the offload because the tanker doesn't burn that much fuel. I don't know. It's hard to say. Without the question being up there, it's hard to know what's going on. Anyway, I own the boom shop. The boom shop here at Tinker. That was underneath me when I was the commodities director. And so, yeah, I knew there was 24 to 48. Not a problem, but I didn't know that question either. So, but that was just a wild day. Anyway, turn it back to you, Bob. It was a lot of fun, though. WW5ENZ, turn it back to K2SJP and seeing 73, everybody.
WW5ENZ, K2SJP. Okay, Mike, yeah, we had some fun with that. I made you guys think a little bit and get your slide rules out. What's the slide rule? Oh, well. Let's see who is next. W4CUV in Port Charlotte. I am not copying, so if somebody can bring in Gary. W4CUV, Port Charlotte, Florida. About an hour and a half away from me, about 100 miles from me. I am not copying him. This is K2SJP. You're up, Gary.
K2SJP in the group, Whiskey 4, Charlie Uniform Victor. Again, 73 to everyone. Have a great day, and looking forward to the next nest. So 73s. K2SJP in the nest, Whiskey 4, Charlie Uniform Victor, 73s.
earned it, Bob.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any copy on him at all. He's just too close to me. Let's see. Carl, KF7GJO. You're up, Carl. K2SJP 73s.
Well, you did a good job today on lousy propagation conditions. W3, everybody, we're going to try again tomorrow. So, K2SJP.
Is Carl talking?
GJO 76.
He turned it, Bob.
Okay, Carl, you went down on me also. I am not copying you now. But 73s to you. Over to our commander, K1BOB. Congratulations. You are double correct answer participant. K1BOB, K2SJP.
K1BOB, very good, Bob. I switched over to Dale's radio. I'm hearing these other guys okay. Good question. I enjoyed that, and it gave me a motivation for one of my second question for next time. So thanks a lot, Bob. K1BOB, good to hear all the flyers. I'll be on Echolink. K1BOB, back to K2SJP.
Okay, Bob. K1BOB, K2SJP. See you over on Echolink. Frank, N4GYY, 73, Frank, K2SJP. Is N4GYY there?
He shows checked out on the aim window, Bob.
He's out, okay. KE7LKY, 10, 73 round, K2SJP. I'm not hearing Ken either.
Relay.
Is Ken talking?
There's a relay out there, Bob.
Relay, it's W5ABI. I think you skipped over me, Bob. Over.
Yes. I sure did. Sorry about that, Joe. Go right ahead. K2SJP, 73.
Yeah, K2SJP, W5ABI. Good, Net. Good question, and your signal held up here between a 9 and 10, the whole net. So, boy, good conditions for me. Anyhow, thanks for running the net. K2SJP, W5ABI, 73.
Okay, Joe, 73s to you. And let's see, W7ASH, Bob, you're up, 73 round, K2SJP.
Bob, he gave his 73s on the aim window.
Okay, I think that's the end of the list. Is there anybody else I missed or any other late check-ins or any comments? This is K2SJP.
Yeah, John showed up there for a while, WA6LJS, but now I don't. Oh, there he is. He's on the aim window, so I plugged him in, Bob.
Got you for receive only, John. WA6LJS. Hope we did okay with the net today. Problem was the propagation was really bad, and a lot of stations were pretty strong, but there were a lot of them that really conked out on me. So that's the end of the list. We'll be over on Echolink, guys. Anybody that wants to come on over to Echolink. So we will say 73s. To the rest of you that are not coming on over to Echolink. We're now closing the Air Force's Flyers Bob Net for today. We'll return frequency to normal amateur use. God bless America. God bless all of our troops. And God bless each and every member of our Air Force's Flyers Club Net. 73s, have a great day to all. This is K2SJP. We're alternate net control for John, WA6LJS. The net is not closed. Frequency is open.